Okay, so I'm going to try to explain something that's going to be kind of hard to explain, but I'm going to try to explain it. So, readings are not truth. I think that there's this huge concept that readings are truth, but readings are really just um, deeper expressions of the veil, because obviously the veil goes beyond this physicalness and goes on into energy. So, readings are just displays of energies that people can then understand how the energy is also part of the illusion and not be illusionized by the energy that comes through, and to become more deeply conscious so that the conscious realm does not stop at this physical realm and goes more deeply into energy, because energy is just as much part of the veil and the illusion. In order to not keep coming back to this place and keep going through this karmic cycle of inhabiting these vessels, we need to detach from energy in general. So, readings help us detach from energy. And I feel like maybe in the past I've portrayed, like, oh, here's exactly what's going to happen, but it's not like this is going to happen because that is the truth of reality, but that is what's happening on the illusionary side of this experience, when the truth of all things really is no place, no form, no thing. That is what spirit is. It is beyond concept and beyond anything at all, which is coming into something. So readings are just expressions of what that something is, so that the nothingness can then almost conceptualize what it's not. Because the more we conceptualize what it's not, the more that we can realize what it is. Which we can't conceptualize, but we can have then train our subconscious into understanding, because once we detach from our emotions, which readings are supposed to help bring forth the emotions into the conscious realm, so then we can see them in a conscious state, and then they aren't subconsciously moving us around, and therefore we are not subconsciously attached to our emotions, and we instead can be that space of nothingness and spirit, and use perceive from there, and not become attached egoically to this realm or attached egoically to energy, because so many of us are attached to, well, a lot of us are attached to this and care about what this looks like, but a lot of us are then attached to our emotional realms and the emotions that we go through and triggers and reactions and whatnot. And readings are really supposed to just like help bring out those triggers and reactions and energy signatures and the way that they feel within, so we can recognize when we are attaching to them. Because when we attach to emotions, then we are destined to come back into this place and recycle this karmic cycle, which, I mean, some people, like, we made the choice to come in down into this place, but I think once we realized that, like, coming down into this place there was like suffering and whatnot, we don't necessarily want to keep doing it over and over and over and over again, because it's just like, I mean, maybe we do. Maybe that's a whole different question. But basically, I just want to express that, like, readings are not truth. So it's like when you like are watching people like tell readings, like, I feel like we can easily get like an ego out of them and be like, oh my god, like that person's like more divine than someone else, when in all reality, like, divineness is this place. So it's not like someone's speaking more truth than somebody else, because truth really just is like resonation, and if it resonates with you, then you are probably going to call it truth because it resonates with you. But in all reality, like, that would just mean that, like, an expression of energy is truth, and therefore every expression that's ever been made is truth. And so then one truth isn't more than one other truth, and therefore no one's more divine than somebody else. And just because people do readings doesn't mean that they are like some hierarchy of existence. And I don't know, I just want to like say that, because it's like, I'm not here to get an ego. I'm just expressing from the energy in which I reside. And I don't want an ego out of it at all. This is just what I enjoy doing. This is how I choose to have fun in this place. Because thinking of things in terms of energy allows me to always choose the energy that I'm in, instead of being swayed and caught up in the energies. I get to come when I like talk about them and read them, I get to view them, and then I get to choose what energy that I, as a spirit, come down and experience, instead of having this spirit get caught up in all the energies that come by. I get to come in here and choose which energy I get to experience, which I want to do, because I came here to do what I want, because I wanted to come here. So I didn't come here to not do what I want. So I want to do what I want, and personally I want to enjoy what I am doing here and enjoy the energy that I'm experiencing here. And there's certain energies that I enjoy more than other energies. And if I get to perceive the energies that are going to come through in this realm, and things that are going to come through that may have me get attached or triggered by, then I want to be aware of that. And so that's why I like to read. I'm like, oh, so today might bring up guilt. So when I feel guilt today, I just need to be like, oh, okay, there's guilt. I'm actually going to choose something else. Like, I knew that was going to come today. I knew that the stars said, hey, here's some guilt today. Like, do you want to, like, are you really at peace with everything that's happened? Let's see. And then I can be like, oh yeah, I am fucking at peace with everything. So if something comes up that makes me feel like I'm not at peace, I'm like, oh no, I am at peace. I am at peace with that. So I'm going to choose happiness. And it's like, that's why I like to do readings, because it helps me be able to perceive like what's going to come and try to sway me from experiencing what I want. It's like, what is being thrown at me? So how can I decide like where and what's being thrown at me do I want to align? And that's just what readings are. Readings aren't truth, because truth is no shape, no form, no thing, and it's beyond any of the things that are happening in this veil. And readings are just a more in-depth version of what this veil is doing on like a subconscious level, on a place that we can't see with our eyes and we can only see with our mind's eye. But that doesn't mean that it's more truth than anything else, because truth is just is, so therefore everything that is truth. And I don't know, I just don't want to fucking, I don't know, I just want to like always come clean and be like, I ain't some hierarchy of the world, like fuck that, like fuck that. Literally, like, that's the reason that I like read this shit. Like, that's why I talk about energy. It's so that like there isn't a hierarchy of the world, so I just want to like make sure that I'm never perceived that way. Not that like any of y'all thought I was like God or something, but like fuck, like I don't fucking know. I don't know. I just want to say that, you know? I just wanted to say that.